Okay, since we're on the subject, and I think it's a very important topic, I think it's a deal breaker sometimes with happiness as a foreigner living in Thailand.
เสร็จแล้ว
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 Good morning, beautiful people. Paige and Chuck here in rainy ThatPhanom, Thailand. We're just sitting here drinking our coffee. Kind of loud with the rain, sorry. We're talking about across the street here. They have these 4 units right here. These 2 right here he bought 6.5 million baht. Okay, so but the land goes back really far, so there's a lot of land. This little shack is just on the front of the street. It goes back quite a bit, so if you were to buy that, you'd have to tear it down. You'd have to add about $1 million baht worth of dirt maybe back there all the way to the road, and then you don't want a small house on that big lot, so you'd probably spend close to about 20 million.
Well, if you want a house, probably not, but if you're gonna make it like a business hotel,
Like a hotel.
Resort, maybe 23 million.
So a home, maybe
Maybe 15.
$500,000 for the whole thing, somewhere in that area, a little under 500.
But you're gonna have that too.
Yeah, so you have to buy that too. And he bought it, so he said he'd sell it for 2.5 million. So you're looking at, you know, back to
9, about 9
back to 9 million.
for the land.
Yeah, good morning. Well, this morning we are feeling like foreigners, so Paige is actually having cereal. It's like Fruit Loops, and I'm having some kind of breakfast taco with ham, egg, and cheese. I gotta do it every now and then, right? Okay, since we're on the subject, and I think it's a very important topic, I think it's a deal breaker sometimes with happiness as a foreigner living in Thailand. The commitment in a country that you're only really allowed here 1 year at a time. And before I continue on, let me just say, everybody needs to only do what makes sense to them. Oh, it's your money. You do what makes you happy. Not everybody thinks like me. Not everybody likes to travel around. I 100% get it. Let me just kind of explain to you why I think the way I do and how I'm basing my experience and knowledge. I've been in Thailand almost 8 years now. We have this wonderful YouTube channel, and I've met a lot of people. People share their successes, their failures. They share a lot of things with us on this channel. I've met hundreds of people where we have discussed this topic. So let me just start off by giving you a little example of myself. Me and Paige had a modest little home built back in the United States during the market crash of 2009. We didn't have too much interest in building a house in Thailand. This is her family's home. The family home always goes to the daughter. This is Paige's home. She's already in the blue book. All the modifications we are doing here are basically for me and Paige, but ultimately Paige. Paige is 7 years younger than I am. Hopefully she outlives me for a long time. She also will get my Social Security since we've been married for so long. And she also worked in America too. So Paige I don't have to worry about Paige. When we came here about 12 years ago, this used to be a wooden, dilapidated building. A lot worse than that. It was full of termites. Now everybody's going to be loud, I guess. It's raining, so bear with me. This is everyday life in Thailand. So the numbers were about 3 million baht to buy the land, of course, in Paige's name, and have the house built right next to that. Obviously, that deal didn't come through to pass, so we needed a home base. We didn't know how it was going to work out. So we said, we'll make our home base here, deal with immigration in NakhonPhanom, and we'll lease a house somewhere eventually when we find that spot. Well, as it turned out, we ended up really enjoying staying here and traveling around kind of carefree in Thailand. So I'm going to put some numbers together and just they're hypotheticals, okay? Because there is no facts. If you're going to build something in Thailand as a foreigner, you never can own it, right? No matter what you guys say, you still can never own the land. You can lease it, you can do whatever concoction you can come up with a lawyer. You know, in America, you never own it either. Like, if you don't pay the taxes, the government takes it over. So what do you really own anyway? So in Thailand, things change so much. You know, it's best to be as fluid as possible. When people think about leasing, I think they only think about their own experiences back home where it doesn't make sense. But here you need to look at it a little bit different in Thailand. So what I suggest, if you're married to a Thai person or you're in a long-term relationship, whatever the commitment is, I suggest if you're going to build something, you build it on their family's property, because ultimately I believe most of the time, I'm going to have egg on my face, most of the time they're going to end up going back to where the family is eventually anyway. And if you build it on the family, you can have a home base and you can travel. Now, if you can't get along with the family, which is understandable, then you can still use that as a home base based on immigration and just go lease a house somewhere else. You don't have to go buy another house. But as a single person in Thailand, I would definitely 100% not recommend trying to own something or mentally own whatever. You're not going to really own anything. You can get a condo, but the condo complex is owned by a Thai person. And if the management changes or they decide to take the building down, or what if something happens in the area or your neighbors suck, you're stuck with that unit. A lot of people say, oh, Chuck, I can resell it. Well, go online right now and see how many condos are for lease. So, not saying you couldn't lease it, but why deal with the hassle? So let's do some number crunching real quick. Let's just say, and I'm going to use my phone and my app for I'm going to use US dollars here. Let's just say you're 60 years old and you're going to live to be 90, okay? You're going to live in one place in Thailand and everything's going to be perfect. Nothing's going to build up. It's going to be just like when you picked it for 30 years in Thailand. If you live to be 90, because yeah, everybody lives to be 90, right? So let's just say you bought a modest home. I'm going to use the term bought for 5 million baht. So 5 million baht is about 142,000 US dollars. So during that time, you still have to, you have to do some upkeeping, some upgrades, maybe an air condition here or there. Things are pretty sturdy in Thailand, so they last quite some time. This house is over 30 years old. But, if you don't like change and you want to keep everything exactly the same, we'll just call it 5 million baht, 142,000 US dollars. This is for just a modest home. I mentioned earlier about this thing here being as much as it is. Let me also say that real estate is for Thai people. people will probably already said, hey, you know, you can get stuff in Pattaya a lot cheaper than this wooden rotten shack. Well, the market's not good in that area. Like, a lot of Thai people don't want to buy in that area. NakhonPhanom is on the Mekong River by one of the most famous temples in Thailand. This is an ideal spot for Thai people to buy. And any piece of land on that river, just the land alone, is valued at 15 million baht. Whatever, like it or not, understand it or not, it's a Thai market. And Pattaya is not really that much appealing, I guess, to people. And maybe things are a little bit cheaper in certain parts of Thailand. Or they own quite a bit of land, their family owns quite a bit of land and they're sectioning it off, or whatever the case might be, it's expensive here. $142,000 for 30 years, okay? And you can get a 30-year lease easily. They say, because of course that costs money too. And you know, things never change in Thailand, right? Policies, all kinds of stuff. So we're just going to assume everything's going to stay the same for 30 years. So $142,000 divided by... My phone wants to share a commercial with me. $142,000 divided by 30 is $4,730 a year. Divide that by 12 is $394, about $400. So let's go back to our little thing here. $400 right now is roughly about 14,000 baht. You can get a lot of things in Thailand for 14,000 baht. My mom, her place there on the river cost her 7,000 baht. There's places that I have showed in the video that you can rent between 3,500 baht to about 20,000 baht in a really fancy condo. Isn't it, don't you think it's smart to, let's just say 10,000 baht a month is a kind of a high number. You can find so many deals in Thailand if you've got the money and you want to commit to a year or more lease. But a lot of times the people end up not liking their pick because things develop around it. Their neighbors change. The landlords change. I mean, you have no flexibility at this point. So if you're leasing a place for $14,000 a month and you don't like it in 2 years, you can go somewhere else. You can use that $142,000 to be happy, to be flexible, to be not a victim of somebody else's misery, you know? Things just happen so much. Relationships change. I mean, just think about your relationship. A lot of people, have they been married for 30 years? Is it worth to make the investment to another person? I'm not saying, you know, for me, like if I lost everything, I'm happy. Paige could have everything. I'll just take my money and then I will go. Of course, she gets half of it because everything I've got has been with her. I'm just saying, if you build a modest home on your girlfriend or wife's family's property, call that a home base. It will cost you little to nothing because building homes in Thailand, you can do knockdown homes for the cost of buying a big motorcycle in Thailand versus the land is what's really expensive in Thailand, and that's the thing that you can't own anyway. I'm going to tell you one little story. The guy who's renting, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you already know this. The guy that's renting my mother-in-law's home over here, he built I think he said 2.5 million baht home on the river. His buddy, he's English. His buddy, I think, was Australian, and it was his wife's property. And they said, you can definitely, we have a lot of property you can build on our property. Well, they had a falling out. And his wife says, I want him out of here. Well, there's nothing he could do about it. So he come to me prior to all this happening, was talking to me about it. the lady offered him 100,000 baht and said, get out of here. And I told him he should just probably take it because there's nothing that he can do about it. And now he's renting my mother-in-law's place. It's a big 2-bedroom house for 3,500 baht a month. Yeah, so he would have, well, woulda, coulda, shoulda, right? You never know with people. So instead of playing that woulda, coulda, shoulda, I think it doesn't make a whole lot of sense sometimes to buy, you know, build a place on your girlfriend or wife's on your land, call it home, rent another place. If you know, remember, every scenario is different. Only do what makes sense to you. But that's just my feelings on it. I've seen a lot of people get frustrated with Thailand because they buy in it too much. And when you feel like you have ownership, I think things really kind of amplify around you. Like you get angry about stuff. You get angry about, oh, you put some concrete here. You know, you become a bitter person and you worry too much about things that really doesn't pertain to you. So be flexible, guys. Don't think too much about it. You're only here on this planet for a limited time, and you're only really, it's year to year in Thailand. You never really know what's going to happen. So, yeah, that's just my opinion. You guys can share yours in the comment section if you like. Cowgum. Oh, that is so loud up there. Yeah, he started on the floor right now. We are almost done with this projects here. If you guys are new to the channel, we have a whole series of what we're doing on a renovation here in our home. But something we've been wanting to do for quite some time now. Probably won't start our next project until my father-in-law retires here in the next year or so. Then we'll do a major renovation here. Of course, everything is with the approval of everybody in this house. Don't assume that it was just my needing to do things, to spend money to. It's really to benefit everybody and the house. So we just got to get the timing right. Salian.
เสร็จแล้ว
เสร็จแล้ว
เสร็จแล้ว สวยไหม
สวย
ห้องนั้นสวยไหมคะ
Well, I'm sorry, I can't take it no more. I'm leaving. I am headed to NakhonPhanom. It looks like the rain has stopped for a few hours. So I am going to, this is what I'm talking about. This is one of the most famous temples in Thailand. And always busy here with tourists. Anyway, I'm gonna go, since the rain has stopped, play some golf. I've never told anybody this before. And this is a lot of the reasons why I've been taken off here during the construction. I have some scar tissue on an eardrum that is really kind of difficult to do surgery on it because I might end up losing most of my hearing. But I can hear with the ear, it's just certain sounds kind of make a weird vibration, and it hurts like kids. That's kind of the reasons why I'm annoyed with kids, is that pitch. Maroon's voice too, and that air hammering, and my ex-wife. That being said, I'm just gonna go. It takes me 45 minutes to get to NakhonPhanom, and yeah, go play some golf, maybe 3-hour round of golf by myself, and then another 40 minutes to come home. I had some some crab ordered from our friends in Prachuap. The ladies who have the seafood, well, they sell seafood. Actually, the one that we leased my mom's old place from, they're gonna send us a crab. Should be there today. I love crab. Let's go to NakhonPhanom. Well, I have arrived and it's raining. It was a gamble, either not raining in NakhonPhanom or raining. It's raining. Will it stop? I don't know, whatever. I don't really care. I just had to get out of that noise. Gonna play some golf, guys. Gonna just I'm gonna put the camera down, enjoy about a couple of hours of game, and I'll see you when I get back. Okay, I'm finished. 18 holes in the rain, only fell twice. My drive was impeccable. Like I drove perfectly straight. I don't know what the hell happened today, but my drive was amazing. My putting was amazing. My irons were great, and my woods sucked. I connected maybe twice. I don't understand my 3 woods. I know it's about form and position, and I practiced so much. I wore the skin off of my thumb again last week, but the driver, I don't know what I mean. The woods, yeah, I will get it, but I'm so happy. Got 1 birdie, couple of pars, a few bogeys, and I'm okay. I'm good. I didn't bring you guys along, so you just have to trust me on that, but I'll bring you next time. Well, I am home, and my shoes are a mess. Keep it down there. Hey, Condo. Setหรือยัง
หมายแล้วเสร็จหรือยังมาเนี่ย
เสร็จแล้ว
จ้าเสร็จแล้วเสร็จแล้ว
Well, awesome. Dinner time. I am so hungry. I did not eat. I had peanuts for lunch. Well, looks like our crab has arrived from Prachuap. So we'll be having that tomorrow.มาจากพระชวบ
อุดร
โอ้พระชวบคิริขาน
โอเคครับ
สวัสดีครับ
ครับ
น้ำเฮีย
อันน้อยนะจ๊ะพี่เขาเจาะฮะเจาะหูเลยวะการ
โอ้ไม่อีกแล้ว
จะไปไหนจะไปไหน
เนาะเปิดครับเอ้ยหัวหน้าออกแล้ว
น้ำเรียบร้อย
น้ำท่วม
น้ำท่วม
Well, one of our awesome subscribers gave this to us. Tomorrow we'll eat it with the pool. All right, I'm gonna let him try it out.
Okay. นมใหญ่ อร่อยไหม
ยอดขอใคร
ใช่จ้า
All right, guys, gonna end today's video. It has finally stopped raining. Look at that. Got a clear sky almost.
It's a birdie.
Anyway, tomorrow's gonna be a busy day here. I hope you guys come with us. It'll be what we call Sunday Fun Day here in ThatPhanom.
The pool.
Crab all the way from Prachuap Khiri Khan.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.